Hey, here's a question. Here's a question for you. Is it even right to have a watch collection? It is it I mean, is it even the moral thing to do to have a watch collection? That's the question. That's the question of tonight, man. Hey, something just happened to me, and before it's out of my mind, I wanted to come on here and ask the family's opinion, uh, and I want you to give me, you know, just give me your honest opinion, and tell me what you think. Is it even right to have a watch collection? Hey,
Cheers, family.
hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm your host, Richard Prophet, the Last Dragon. Listen, man. Yeah, so that's actually a legitimate question. That is a legitimate. Oh, before we go any further, wristwatch check, landlord watch on wrist, while during the 8 days of landlording with the landlord watch on wrist. So, yeah, man, today's episode. How can one man be homeless and another man have a watch collection, right? Like, so I want to get into it. So I'm going to tell you what just happened to me, right? So I'm here in my office in New York. We just got back to New York a couple days ago. A couple meetings, few dinners, at the club, and getting back into the spin of things. I got a closing on this Thursday, this coming up Thursday. And yeah, so I'm on my way to the office today, right? It was raining today. It wasn't that pretty outside here in New York, but hey, I had to come in. I had to come in anyway to the office. There's a lot of things I got to do. Got to catch up on a lot of things, and I go into the get a little coffee, and there's a guy there, cuddled up, so he's under the little whatever awning, and he's got like his stuff there, and he's sitting down on the concrete on the floor, and he's got his stuff there, and he's got a cardboard sign, and he says, it said something to the effect of, hungry, anything will help, right? And here I am, on the last video that I put out, uh, that Rolex increased their prices 3%. If you haven't checked that out, check that video out. I'll leave it at the end here. But anyway, here I am, complaining that Rolex raised their price 3%. I'm thinking about buying a watch, and they raised it up to 47,000, and then on May 1st they raised it another 1,400 bucks. And here I am, blasting them for that, right? But then I start thinking, and then this is a wristwatch. It's a wristwatch that you're spending, almost, more with tax and everything, almost $50,000 on. And And you don't only have one watch, right? You have a collection of watches. You have a watch collection, right? That, you're a collector. You have a watch collection. That's what makes you a collector, right? And then another man, uh, you know, just like skin, blood, bones, a heart, a soul. Another man just like you is sitting on the concrete, with all his belongings in the world, wrapped up in a trash bag, maybe, and with a cardboard sign saying hungry. And you're coming out, with your overpriced coffee, they wrote enjoy on it. And thinking about the next, you know, $50,000 piece you're gonna add to your watch collection. I mean, it might sound a little crazy, right? It might sound a little crazy, like, So I got it. I walked over to my car. I uh, I got in my car with my coffee. Uh, I reached for my water, took a swig of my water, and I started thinking about where does this guy drink water from? I got a big bottle, this commercial water is supposed to be good water, and this guy, where's he drinking water from? Is he out of the public bathroom, the sink? Um, I don't know, man. It just made me start to think, like, you know, should I even be? I mean, things like this are happening in the world. Should I even be collecting watches? Should I be buying timepieces? Um, is it even correct for you to be spending this amount of money on something, while another man is has a cardboard sign saying he's hungry, and while you just pass him, you might hand him a couple of bucks and go on about your day and think about the next piece that you want. Um, so I began to think, man. I really began to think, and it begs the question, like, you know, uh, how are you different? How are you different from? How is a man that has a watch collection and another man homeless? How are you different, right? And then I think, I got a buddy of mine, a super collector. He's got more watches than anybody I know. And he's a super nice guy. He's a super sweet guy. If you would meet him, you would be like, wow, that guy's such a nice guy, such a nice, humble guy, and you know, a wealthy guy, and he's a watch collector. He's collecting watches, and he's a great guy, and he's great. He's a great family man. He's really great with his son. He's nice with people. He's engaging. He's good with his friends. Good with his wife. He's a nice guy, and he's collecting watches, right? He doesn't see anything wrong with it. So then I wanted to delve into, like, like, again, what makes one man able to have a watch collection and another man homeless, right? Um, I know mental health, right, is a big problem. I know addiction. Those are probably like the number one and two problems with guys that are super down on their luck and things like that. But then tertiary causes may be, maybe I don't know. Did he let a lot of people down in his life? People that counted on him? Was he irresponsible? Was he undisciplined? Did he not keep his word? You know, did was he unable to delay gratification, and he wanted it now? Did he put pleasure over work? You know, I just began to ask these questions of myself, and then you figure in my own life, hey, it's over 9:30. It's 9:30. It's almost 10 p.m. at night, and I'm still in the office shooting this video. Yeah, I got the Landlord Watch, solid gold Landlord Watch on my wrist, but I'm still in the office. I don't have to be. I choose to be. I'm trying to get some work together. I've never let any one of my partners down. I'll lose money before anybody that's in any deal with me will lose any money. And, I try to, not lose any money. So I keep my word to people. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I try to have discipline in my life. Am I perfect? No, far from it. Far from it. But I don't know. Are these the differences between a man that has a watch collection and then a man that is homeless? I mean, aside, of course, let's say sickness, mental health, and things like addiction, these health reasons, those aside, just things that you are in control of, that man is in control of, right? If you have health reasons, like mental health, addiction, whatever, you need medical care. You may not be able to cure that on your own. You need professional help, right? That aside, the other things. I mean, did this guy let people down in his life? Did people count on him and he let them down? Did he have any discipline? Did he do more for others than he did for himself? Was he able to delay gratification to win in the long run? I don't know. I don't know. But those are things that I do in my life, and I'm a watch collector. I have a watch collection. And I collect. I began collecting other things too. Like bullion, certain collectibles that we have to make videos on, but we haven't yet. I'll be honest with you. I have one of. If I was to make a video on this collectible I have, it'll probably break the internet. But anyway, that's gonna go up on the OTI. On the OTI family, of course, first. Yeah. And I have another great collectible, man, from Sir Elton John. Sir Elton John, when I met Sir Elton John, yeah. That's gonna go up probably in the OTI family too. But anyway, that just got to me, man, and I wanted to talk about it. How can one man have a watch collection, and how can another man be homeless? And then, I thought maybe, these were the things I thought about. Maybe, the differences that you can control, that you are in control of, you and another man reacted differently, and things went a certain way for you that may not have went for somebody else. But then it also becomes, even if you can do it, should you be doing it? Like, should you have a collection? couldn't you take $50,000 and get out and change that man's life instead of just adding another piece to another box? Because your box is already full. You need another box to add another piece to, another shiny Rolex to. But you know, I mean, if you delve down this rabbit hole, you got lottery winners that, you know, they win the lottery for a few $1,000,000. 3-4 years later, they're back to broke, right? You get professional athletes. What is the percentage of professional athletes that after they retire from actively playing, they're you know, they're on their butt again in 5 years, you know, especially if they're not receiving a pension. Forget about it. You know, 3-4 years, all the money's gone without any fresh cash coming in, because they don't have any. Most of the times it's, you know, financial literacy, or the fact that you don't understand there's no fresh cash coming in. And again, that's where the discipline comes in, man. So I don't know, man. You know, leave it in the comments below. Tell me, because this is something I'm pondering. I understand the whys, right? Like, you know, you may work harder than the next guy or whatever, but is it right though? Is it right? I mean, I don't know, maybe morally, is it right that one man has a watch collection and another man is homeless? Please leave your opinion below in the comments, and I want to talk about it. I want to open up this discussion. I mean, can any man collect anything? Cars, you know, gold bullion, watches, whatever it is that you may collect. Should you be collecting things while someone else is homeless? Or is it your right? You made the decisions in your life where you're at a space in your life where it may be okay to collect things. You know, you do charity, you give when you can, and you know, and with your disposable income, you want to collect things. I don't know. Let's open up the discussion. Leave your comments below, and I would love to get into it with you. All right, I'm your host, Future Prophet. 8 is in New York City. I'm in New York City, the Big Apple, and we're here for the watch shows, baby. We're here for the watch events. All right, if you have a watch event and you want the Dragon to come by, send me an email at richardprophet@gmail.com, and I'll come by and I'll walk in and I'll shake hands with everybody, and we'll do the watch pose. All right, I'm your host, Future Prophet, and I'm out. 8.
Cheers, family.